Welcome everybody back to Boost in Motion, guys, and today I am doing my first install and review long-term test of my first dash cam for the Boost in Motion channel. First thing I want to say in the first 15 seconds is shout out to this company, AZDOME, for sending this unit out for me. I took my time to do a proper review because at the end of the day, I respect my following and I make sure that you guys are buying a product, and they wanted an unbiased review of the installation and the use of this dash cam. So guys, hit that intro. Welcome everybody back to Boost in Motion, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Thank you. Alright guys, so these are the components. Remember, I've used this kit for about a month now, and I'm going to go completely through with it with you. Alright, first thing, this is the head unit of the actual kit. There's a forward-facing camera. It can be shot in 4K, and it also does include GPS. It says GPS there. It actually reads your mile per hour, and I believe some other time and other GPS, other information. I can't really remember too well. This unit slides on and off on your windshield mount, which is already installed on the car. That's why it's not here, and that's also installed with 3M. They also include these plexi stickers. I believe this is what the 3M is supposed to stick to, so you can easily remove and stick it on and take it off. Now, there's a second camera here. This camera is the cabin camera. This cabin camera can be plugged in as an additional mod. Now it will record what's facing forward and also facing within the camera, and this part moves left, right, and up and down and stuff like that, which is super dope and it's pretty clear. Also, this unit has a microphone which is somewhere down here, which records any voices, and there's a reset button if the camera does freeze. Now these other buttons are used for the OK menu, off, and other stuff that I will show you guys a little bit later. Now, this unit also uses you can also add in a rear camera too. This rear camera can mount to the back of the car. The 3M tape is there because, you know, I had it set up a certain way. And this part would actually plug into the side right here next to the micro SD card slot, which is expandable, not expandable memory, the memory on how you would save all the information. If you do not have the card installed, guess what happens? It will not record, and the unit will stay on, but it's not recording anything. So you do need the card in there so that you can actually use it. If not, you're just looking out of a screen. Now, it can be plugged into any cigarette lighter, and you can still use the regular USB to charge. I do not know if this is still a fast charging adapter for it, but I did plug in my other devices, and they still use to charge it. But I didn't try it with like a fast charging iPhone to see if that would actually work. There's other mounting points and other things included with it, and different ways on running the lines, either on the sunroof or inside the cabin. These little tabs that can be held on by 3M. It's all depending on how you would want to wire it, if you would want to put it under the door panels or under the top headliner. But anyway, guys, let's go to the car, and I'm going to reinstall it and just talk about it a little bit and show some video. All right, guys, so we made it to the car. Now, it comes with, remember those plastics that I talked about? I've already installed it, and it's installed right here. Now, I do have this other regular cell phone mount that's not really in the way, but most of you guys won't really have this in the way anymore. Cool. Now, you take that same 3M mounting bracket with a 3M double-sided 3M tape, and you put it within that square. It's very self-explanatory and very easy to use. Then you take the unit itself, right? And then all you have to do is slide it in. That's it. Slide it in. And it locks in. See, it locks. Now it's not going to move, right? Now, if you only want to use it for forward facing and also cabin facing, then you'll take the USB, well, I don't want to say it's USB, but your cigarette light charger. You plug that in, right? Plugged in. Well, my car is not in the on position. And then you'll plug it in right here. All right, give me a second. All right, now that thing is plugged in. So the first thing I could tell you guys is this. It's only used unless it has power. So if it has no power, sometimes your cars, depending on your manufacturer, if it goes through the cigarette lighter, it'll never charge. Like it'll never turn on. So there's no internal battery pack for this. Now, some of you guys may say that sucks. I want to be able to use it overnight. And I think that's a trade-off right there. The reason why I'm saying this is the battery pack will make sense because the battery pack will either charge and you can use it 24/7. But then also on top of that, depending on the quality of the battery, that can overheat the unit and the unit could fail over time. With this, you're only mainly using it when you're powering the car on, turning the car on and driving it for those 15, 20 minutes. It's just for when you are driving the car or whenever it's plugged in and powered. Now, you run the wire however you want to run the wire. Most of you guys may install it up here, somewhere up here, higher up here, and then you'll have the lines. Remember, I'm in a Mercedes C63, so I can run that line all the way down here, down this pillar, and run it all the way under here, under the center dash, and I'll figure out from when I get there. I can figure it out that way if I really wanted to. But for installation purposes, because I don't really use this dash cam for, let's say, accidents or anything like that. I remember I'm an automotive enthusiast, so I'm really mainly using this camera when I'm doing spirited driving on the highway or any type of sanctioned racing that you might have seen on my channel. So it's not necessary. The use I'm getting it for is for that only. So this is more still on more of a automotive enthusiast type of review. Now, once you have that part installed there, you can also, if you want to use the third camera, right, you will plug that third camera into the slot right here, right? Now, that part would slot in right there. Once again, if it was mounted higher, right, you can also run that along the headliner all the way to the back of the car, and then the camera will be mounted to the rear hatch, to right under that rear headliner, if you choose to do so, right? But for the purposes of this video, I don't want to make it super long. We're not going to do that. So now what we're going to do is turn on the car. Now, I don't think I have a memory card in there right now, but at least I can go through some of the options while the car is on. So let's power it on. Okay, that is the unit turning on, right? Remember, the wires are only in the way because of where I mounted it and everything like that, okay? So don't beat them up about that. All right, let's zoom in, okay? I want to give you guys a really good view. Now it's saying on the screen that it's being shot in QHD, 30 frames per second, and FHD and FHD. Cool. Now, let me see if we can go through some of the menu options while we're discussing this, because that would actually be pretty good for you guys. Now, if you want to change the view of, bear with me, if you want to change the view of which camera is being shown, you can just press that down. Oh, that's the wrong button. Let me press back there. Cool. Okay, so if you want to just have that view showing on the LCD screen, you can press down. If you want the rear facing camera, which shows the phone that I'm using right now, you can have that being shown towards you too. I just want you guys to know this. While it's doing this, it's still recording if you choose to press the record button, right? This one is showing the camera that's aiming towards the ground, or in this case, it's aimed, it's actually upside down. It's aimed towards me. Now, let's go through some of those menu options. All right, we have video settings. You press the OK button. Bear with me. Let me see if I can switch my finger to another one, so it'll be a little bit easier for you guys to use. Right? That's going to show resolution. Let me back that up a little bit. That's going to show resolution. And then you can pick the type of resolution you want to choose to use depending on your specific setup. Let's press back. Now we have loop recording. Now loop recording from what I can understand with loop recording, this recorder records every 5 minutes until memory is full, and then it will start deleting older videos that you might have started downloading, recording long time ago. But because it all depends on the size of the memory card that you use, right? So when I record a video, after 5 minutes, it'll still keep recording, but it'll be 5-minute videos each and every time, or 3 or 1 or completely off. And when it's off, it'll just record straight through. From what I believe, it'll record straight through until the memory card is full, or until the unit turns off, like fully turns off. Now, rear camera, that just lets you know if you're gonna have the rear camera plugged in on or not. You have time-lapse record. I honestly can't remember the time-lapse thing. Guys, don't beat me up about that. You guys can easily look through the manual. I don't really use the time-lapse feature. Okay, you have record audio on. Now this is very important. If you don't have this on, it's actually on the main screen. So it says my record audio is actually a check mark. So let me press back and let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. See that little microphone there? When that microphone is yellow, that means it's recording. If you turn that record audio off, that white microphone will turn full. That yellow microphone will turn all the way white. All right. Let's go back to menu. All right. I want to go back. We're still in video settings. All right. WDR is mainly, I believe, the auto light shift. It's just something with I don't even want to make the wrong mistake. I don't really use WDR. I usually just turn it back on. But I believe, based on that icon, that's between night mode and day mode. And I remember it showing pretty good at night mode. But I could be wrong. So don't beat me up, AZDOME. Please do not. But I know that this showed pretty good at night. All right. Let me see what else is here. And you got frequency, I guess the 50 or 60 gigahertz, and the G sensor. The G sensor now this is a special feature. What the G sensor is, it picks up the amount of G's the car pulls. So let's say you rear end somebody or someone hits you. Depending on how sensitive you have this unit set up, it automatically starts recording a certain amount of time before the G sensor was activated, and it records after and locks that video into the memory card so it can be saved and downloaded at another time. So that means you don't have to press the record button at all. That's what I actually like about that specific feature. I'll press back on that, and you have exposure. That's just, once again, that's with the quality of the video. And we're back to resolution. Now play mode is just normal video, the videos that you already record. Lock video is the videos I just spoke about. When you get into like an accident or anything like that where it shakes up the video, it'll save automatically there. And pictures are pictures that you usually would take. All right, now you have park monitor system. Now this can be, I believe this could be plugged in depending on the type of car that you have. You can try to hardwire it into your car, and it will actually use as a park camera, or rear camera, and a front facing camera, and everything like that, which is super dope. I think that's mainly better for cars that don't have backup cameras and stuff like that, and cars that don't have that type of that don't have that type of write-up. But that is an added feature if you guys with older cars or don't have rear cameras could choose to add so to the car. But in my case, I don't use that feature because I don't need it. All right, let's see if we could press back, disconnect. I don't know why it's bringing that up. All right, cool. We got date and time. You set the date and time. You have Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, what is super dope about this is there's an app called AZDOME app where you can download videos into the lock. You can look at normal videos, lock videos, and pictures, and you can pretty much download that to your phone. Super dope, very easy to use. Setup mode just goes through the different times, dates, information, just information that mainly deals with, let me just go into it to make sure. Yeah, timestamp, speed stamp, GPS stamp, and mainly that stuff. You can choose to turn that stuff on and off. So if you want to set up the timing, that it will be shown. That micro SD card slot is just to let you know how much memory you have left, and if you want to format it, your language, of course, that we use, and other system settings and other information. All right, back. Cool. So we're back here. Now keep saying insert SD card. I think after this part, I'm just gonna insert maybe about a minute video of different parts of me driving the car and just showing you guys the quality. Once again, I want to say shout out to AZDOME for sending me this unit. So guys, check the link below to the AZDOME M550 Dashcam. Now I do want to put a slight disclaimer in the video I included. I really realized that putting the unit right above the speaker does affect the quality of the audio. Also, that on top of that, there's still a little bit of settings that I have to go through for lighting, but the lighting still is pretty good. It's just that my editing probably isn't that well. But it does show pretty good on daytime, really good. Also, it does show at nighttime too. If I already didn't, I might have included a night clip. If I didn't, I'm sorry, don't beat me up. But moving forward with that, for what the price margin is, I think it's a pretty good unit. I really do like it for what it's worth. Now, I don't think I'm gonna be able to maximize the use of it because I don't really drive that often for me to actually have this unit on all the time. But it is really good knowing that this unit is there when you need it to. When you turn on the car, it automatically starts recording for you, and doing your drive to work and your drive back or wherever you're going. So it's nice to know that you can set it and kind of forget. I like devices like that. Also, moving forward, because I am a content creator, this is really dope because it gives me different views on a different type of spirited driving or races I may go into. Also, the fact that I can easily install it if I do I can easily install it if I did take it outside the car or take it outside the car. It's really relatively quick to carry and transport. And honestly, as a content creator, I really only like carrying around this smartphone. Like, that's really honestly it. And I try to use other different cameras within my own car, from GoPros, 360 cameras, head units, and they just didn't work as good as this. This was a very simple way of just getting all the views and not really having to do too much. It's easy. It really just makes my life a lot easy. And I know if you apply it to the real world situations, I know it should be just as easy, you know? I know they've said some of the cons is maybe because it's not hardwired that it doesn't stay on all the time. I know there's always a way of probably around that, especially that you know that you can always have it on loop, and if you do have it directly plugged into the power of the car, then at nighttime it can actually still stay on and record if you needed to do so. But any other unit would actually do the same thing too, even if it was hardwired. So they could still pull electricity. But honestly, for the safety of, hey, can I record people if my car is completely off? No, it won't be able to do that. But other units that are probably a little bit more expensive can, but they're also pulling juice away from the car. If you need it for necessary that, this isn't the unit for you. But if you do need it for only when you're driving from point A to point B, you have it already plugged into your cigarette lighter, you don't really have to do anything because it's already mounted, this is the unit that you guys need to go with. Outside of that, guys, check the link below to this AZDOME M50. Thanks again to AZDOME for sending me this unit. I appreciate you guys so much. Remember, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button with the bell notification. Also, don't forget to hit that all on the bell notification. And otherwise than that, guys, you know what to do. You have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys have a good day. Thank you. Thank you everybody for watching. Do appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much. You can also check out the 2 links I posted for some of my other videos. Also on top of that, if you want to purchase some Boost in Motion merch, definitely check the link that I posted also. And finally, if you've been watching all my videos and you enjoy them, please hit the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.